Honestly, I don't think he can. I don't think has it in him to somebody. Hey, welcome back. I'm Dana with your daily dose of Dana Dubs, and today we're watching My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 18, y'all. And I'm super excited to get into it, but of course, before we do, please do make sure you support the official release of this episode before watching with me. All right, let's get into it.
I can feel it, the vestige of me that lives within One for All. Inside you.
Oh my gosh. Every time
Right
he gets
now,
me all the bandages.
He must be talking with the previous wielders.
His poor body.
What's
Been through
going
so much.
on? What happened to everybody else? My friends, my teachers. Please, let them be okay.
We need to have ourselves a talk before you wake up.
Okay. Ah, we finally see everybody. Oh, okay. Fire guy. All right, y'all. And then the two guys. Okay, this guy at the end kind of looks like Kakashi Sensei, but we got the two guys facing the wall. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm guessing the fire guy, is that supposed to be All Might? I'm not 100% sure.
My apologies. The timing's not ideal.
Fate has brought us here.
Oh, please. It's just bad luck this is happening now.
Banjo, you spoke to him before, yes? When he first used Black Whip?
These are the
Oh, that
people
is
who
All
had
Might.
one for all before me. They're in my dreams again.
Why are those two people not sitting down? Is it because he hasn't unlocked them yet? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But if you guys are liking the vibes, please do make sure you like and subscribe so you'll be notified when the next one comes out so we can keep on watching it together. We gotta stick together, y'all, for this My Hero madness. So make sure you're here for all of it. Also, it really does help to support my channel as I'm trying to grow the Dana Dubs Nation. And also, I love to know what's happening on the other side of the screen. So comment what you're doing while you're watching with me today. Here's one of my favorites from another video. Alrighty, y'all, let's get into it. I want to see what they're gonna say. Ooh. Okay, I still haven't gotten the confirmation yet from you guys whether or not I can watch this, even though, you know, I keep kind of watching it. I've seen key parts of this intro and I like what I see. It's a really well done intro. I will say this intro is the most serious we've seen Deku, I think, but I think it's interesting because the outro, you love how I just watched basically the whole intro, but I love how the outro, it's more him smiling. Like he goes from smiling to serious, but this one he's serious all throughout.
At first, we could only talk to you when we found cracks in your consciousness. But we're not limited to those moments anymore. The reason is related to my power, which you now hold. About 4 months ago, it suddenly began to grow at a rapid pace. As a result of this acceleration, the previous wielders, the figures you see in front of you now, were able to take shape and communicate with each other inside of One for All.
I see. I guess it makes sense. I was like, why are there only 8 here? I mean, 7 here, because he's the 9th wielder, but All Might is 8th, and All Might is still alive.
When my brother forcibly pulled us into the battle earlier, we gained even more freedom.
I see.
It's now far easier for us to appear before you.
Don't you worry. We'll still give you plenty of privacy if you know what I mean.
Whose voice is that? I want to say it's Selkie's voice, but I don't think so. I don't know. That voice sounds very familiar.
Oh, right.
he's getting close
I
to
forgot
talking.
You don't have a mouth in here.
Right, back then,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do much more than make noise. Now it feels like my mouth's starting to take shape.
Okay.
Dang! I can almost understand what you're saying.
Allow
He really does remind me of Selkie, though. Like his mannerisms, his goggles, kind of. I like it.
to explain.
All right. All right. Izuku, Midoriya, and Tomura.
My name's Hikage Shinomori, and I was One for All's 4th wielder. During the recent battle, you unintentionally tapped into my quirk and used it on the field.
According to All Might, the 4th wielder's quirk was the ability to sense danger.
It was kind of a shock, to be honest. Strange that I didn't sense you'd be using danger sense, since it is my quirk.
Makes a lot of sense.
Number 4.
Oh, he's talking now.
He got tired of everyday life, so he started living in seclusion like a hermit.
I mean, I don't blame him, because imagine anytime anything bad goes on, you get migraines. You would just always be in pain because of your quirk. I wouldn't blame him for going into seclusion, just trying to be as far away from all of the danger as possible.
It was a terrible era. The rest of society was strange, not me. Were you informed of how I died and how old I was?
I love all
at
the
time?
poses.
All Might didn't mention specifics in his notes. Actually, I'm pretty sure he crossed out the important details.
Interesting.
We discovered I died of old age.
But he was so young.
I was as surprised as you. Neither Banjo nor I had any way of knowing how we died. We only found out because Yagi looked into the matter. What this fact leads us to believe
Interesting.
is that One for All can't be wielded safely by an ordinary human being. I'm second only to Yagi in terms of users who lived with the quirk the longest.
Look how much the black stuff is coming off of him. He really is forming his body inside of his consciousness. I know.
For 18 years, I spent my days training and building up the power as best I could.
Nice.
Avoiding All for One. I always knew I didn't stand a chance of defeating him myself. So I figured the best thing I could do was improve the quirk for its next user.
Okay.
But as time passed, cracks began appearing on my body. I thought perhaps I wasn't training enough, or that I'd contracted some unknown disease. That wasn't the case. As Yagi researched, he was able to track down my medical records and autopsy report.
Interesting. Also, there's a little bit of inconsistencies with the black matter that's on Deku, because in that far away shot, that the zoomed out shot that we saw, it wasn't even covering his face anymore, and it was barely covering his body. Now it's back covering his face again.
And the truth came to light. The natural causes that killed me due to the multiple quirks inside my body. They drastically shortened my lifespan.
I see.
No way. But
So
literally, All had the power longer, and it was even stronger than when you wielded it, right?
That's correct.
yeah.
Which is exactly the reason we needed to talk to you. Yagi is fully aware of what a burden it is to carry One for All.
Yeah.
A burden that you'll have to deal with.
He knows
We
best.
don't have a proper sample size. Most of us didn't have the power long. We died in battle, not of old age. So we asked, what was the intrinsic difference between Yagi and Shinomori?
All Might was quirkless.
Yes, Yagi may still be alive, but as he gathered information, we took what he learned through the piece of him that exists inside of One for All.
I see.
And then, after I heard what my brother had to say, I was certain. According to what he said, a person's consciousness is etched into their quirk factor. So why is Yagi's vestige here, even though he didn't have an ability of his own? We always thought a piece of the user ended up inside of One for All because of the power they were born with.
But he
More
wasn't born with
precisely,
one.
that the consciousness of every wielder after me lived on because their quirk factors were added to my One for All. Yagi being the exception.
Yeah.
With no quirk of his own, he's the only user who gained a vestige through One for All itself. Think of one's ability to hold a quirk as a glass. If it's not empty when they inherit One for All, it overflows, eating away at your lifespan. Yagi was able to use One for All over the course of 40 years
Wow.
because his vessel was empty at first.
I see.
My cultivated power fit perfectly, and it became his true quirk. By some twist of fate, this ability that's passed from person to person could only reach its true potential when wielded by someone born powerless.
Well, how convenient that Deku was the one to get it. I wonder if that also does play a factor into why he gave it to Deku. Like, obviously he gave it to him because of everything that happened when he met him, and he loved his tenacity, and he was quirkless. But I do wonder if, because he had that knowledge at that time, was that also a reason why he gave it to Deku? I mean, I know he was supposed to give it to Mirio, but it seemed like he was on the fence about it. He hadn't fully met with him yet, and Mirio had a quirk. So I wonder if that also is a reason why, looking back on the beginning of the story, if that's why when he found out Deku is quirkless, if that he was like, oh, I like this guy's spirit and he's quirkless. Oh, nailed it. That's the guy. I don't know.
Now that the brothers have quirks are here, I can't do it before random function.
Yeah.
One for All can't be passed on anymore. Is that what you're trying to say?
I guess so, because it's gotten so much stronger now with him. And I mean, I feel like there aren't that many quirkless people. And who would he choose that's quirkless? He doesn't know anyone that's quirkless, Unless they took away someone's quirk to give them this quirk. But that just seems wrong.
You could pass it on to another quirkless person, but they're like an endangered species, few and far between these days. It's not something we could have known in the beginning.
Yeah.
We learned this over generations of observation. Must have been fate once again that the two of you somehow became back-to-back recipients.
months.
Yeah, right?
If we'd been able to talk with the other users sooner, perhaps fewer people might have suffered over the years.
You get
Maybe.
what this means, kid? You might be the last person who wields one for all.
Don't ask. What would happen though if he had kids? Would they somehow get one for all? And I wonder if it would be different if someone was born with the one for all quirk, you know, not their own separate quirk and then they were given this one. What if they were born with one for all? That would be quite fascinating, huh? I think that's really interesting to consider, because then I think it would be okay, right? Because they're born with this already. They're not adding this onto another quirk. I don't know, but that would be really interesting. Okay.
Now the real question, Izuku. Tell us, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
Honestly, I don't think he can. I don't think Deku has it in him to kill somebody. And an extra shout out to the Dub Nation Plus members over on YouTube Members, Coffee, and Patreon. You guys are supporting the dream, and not just for me, but also for the editor. If you guys want to have your name up here with me, I update the names every single month. Scroll on down to that join button down below for early access here on YouTube Members, and for full uncut videos and some shows that won't be on YouTube for quite a few months, head on over to Patreon, or just for some general support, head over to Coffee. And thank you so much for just being you and being here. I really do appreciate all of the support, all of your time, and let's get back into this episode, y'all. I don't think he can. I don't think Deku has it in him to kill somebody. I don't think he's able to, especially because I think he wants to save Shigaraki, because you notice in the last episode, I believe he was saying he just looked like he wanted someone to save him. So Deku's first instinct and last instinct would also never be to kill anybody. So I don't think it's within his nature to be able to do that. I don't know if it would be in any of the kids' nature. You know, someone like Bakugo, for instance, you know, he has such a hothead personality, but I still don't think he would be able to kill somebody. I was so shocked by Hawks being able to kill twice. And I do wonder if that's because of his history with his parents and everything like that. I would say if that was the case, maybe you could say Shoto is closer to that, but I still don't think that would be the case either. And I don't want to, like, you know, loop them in because of that commonality. Yeah, just very interesting things to consider.
Tell us, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki?
He's like,
That's not
no.
a request. I'm gauging your resolve. When you saw that boy's face, you thought he looked as though he was asking for help, didn't you? We feel your emotions, so we know what was ringing through your head in that moment of desperation.
The problem is, the rest of us had a completely different take on the situation. We know All for One was inside his head, which was causing Shigaraki pain, yeah. But in that moment, it didn't seem like he wanted to be saved. Even as he suffered in front of us, those terrible eyes held nothing but hatred.
Yeah.
Because that's the person All for One raised him to be. My brother was incarcerated during the fight. I think his plan was
free
probably to
now.
possess Shigaraki both physically and mentally, so that he could take one for all.
Me and N, my junior here, we both ended up facing All for One, but we managed to keep him from stealing the power from us. Cause in order to make One for All surrender, you gotta come at it with a passion that surpasses the quirk's incredible power. No person.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to go back for a second. I was listening, but I want to really hear what he said.
Me and N, my junior here, we both ended up facing All for One, but we managed to keep him from stealing the power from us.
I'm still wondering who these guys are. Who are they? Okay, I went back so I could listen intently, and here I am talking again. Let me just listen.
You gotta come at it with a passion that surpasses the quirk's incredible power.
That's tough.
No person can produce such an overwhelming will alone. Our best guess is All for One's trying to use Shigaraki's hatred as a booster. At the heart of the quirk inside of you is a grit that refuses to yield to that monster, despite his strength.
We believe that One for All is meant to destroy All for One completely.
Will you
It
be the
looked
one
like
to do
Yagi
it?
had accomplished this, but my brother is tenacious, and he's trying to make a comeback.
Oh boy.
Izuku, I know it's not fair to tell you this after explaining you can't abandon your power, but Tomura Shigaraki is my grandson. I left my family to fight All for One, abandon my child, and this is the result.
Yeah, I mean, that
We're
really
in a
is just a
terrible
slap in the face. After all that sacrifice, that's what ended up happening.
Situation. It's disgraceful that I failed to achieve my goal, and now have to rely on a 16-year-old. However, if that monster manages to fully awaken, no one will be able to stop him.
Yeah.
You can't make him see reason or offer him forgiveness. Some people are simply beyond redemption. And I believe Tomura is one of them.
He doesn't believe
So
that,
if
though.
you think he looked like he wanted to be saved, ask yourself, in the end, will you have the resolve necessary to kill him?
No.
To me, he looked like he was in trouble. No, that's what it felt like.
His mouth came out.
When Shigaraki's consciousness penetrated One for All, we were so close. I know how hard he focuses on his dream. Yet in the depths of that hatred, I could sense a lost child crying. I fought a lot of people since I received this power. I had to, because they wouldn't back down. It was my only option. The thing is, I never found out why they ended up becoming villains. What caused all their anger? If I had known, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I still would have had to fight. Maybe not. Shigaraki killed so many innocent people. He hurt those I care about.
But still. Yeah.
One for All isn't a power meant to do harm. It's a power meant to save. That's something I learned from All Might.
Yeah.
It's not just me. This thing you've cultivated through blood, sweat, and tears has encouraged countless people to become better versions of themselves over the generations. Even if it started as a way to destroy your brother.
He's breaking away the fog.
It's evolved into something else thanks to what you've done. One for All has taken on another purpose in this world. I don't know what I should do next, that's true. And I get that the only way to stop him might be to kill him, but
It's not gonna be me.
I want to save that little kid.
Yeah, that's Deku. That's our Deku. That's our hero,
And that's why we'll
Deku.
follow your lead.
So proud of him.
I'm so happy that my power was passed on to you two.
My body!
This was a test, for which I apologize. Gran Torino is alive. When you wake up, tell him I said hello. Sarahiko, we made a mistake those many years ago. Yet somehow, we were still blessed with the most amazing students.
Yeah, really were.
You two better start helping out. You can't just ignore us. We need your cooperation.
Okay, who are
to
these
unleash
guys?
One for All's full potential.
Shikamaru
I know what
Kakashi.
you're saying, but I can feel the conversation. The predecessors are sharing their stories. Truth about One for All. My master's regrets. Exact details may be hazy, but the information is flowing through me.
Yeah,
You were once quirkless. Now look at you.
yeah, it's quite amazing.
It's nice to meet you, All Might.
You're Hawks, right?
Oh, they've never
Let's
met?
skip the intros so I can
That's
get straight
crazy.
to the important stuff. Is Midoriya going to recover?
Yes, he'll pull through this. He should be conscious soon, but he's not the only reason you're here.
This is about Midoriya and One for All.
Oops.
A hero from the raid heard something about it on the radio, then mentioned it to reporters. More and more people are asking questions, and Endeavor told us that as the battle progressed, Shigaraki was targeting Midoriya, a mere UA student. I'm trying to get the full picture, because from now on, we're not just fighting villains, we are also battling public sentiment.
That's
You
very
must
true.
keep this secret to ensure your own well-being, true, but also for the safety of the world.
Things have changed so much, so quickly.
So what are you gonna do?
These two aren't the types to back down.
They're
We
smart.
should talk somewhere private. I'll tell you everything.
Okay.
It's been 3 days since the incident. With every passing hour,
Is this
there's more
Uraraka?
panic. But despite reports, I don't think everyone wants to blame
Wow.
the pros.
Look at that.
They want to believe heroes have integrity, to feel their protectors did nothing wrong. People want to feel safe.
Yeah.
They need somebody to put their faith in.
Here's that press
Dabi
conference
is
they're
indeed
talking
my
about.
oldest son, Toya Todoroki. I can't deny what he spoke is the truth. I stand before you to apologize for my misdeeds.
Endeavor talked to the press at length about his family's ugly past and asked the world to forgive him.
Oh man, that's the end of his pro career.
What a terrible father.
Dude, he should have denied it. I was rooting for the guy.
you're saying that he didn't lie, but he did!
He's right. Best Genus is alive, which refutes Dabi's claims that Hawks murdered him.
Yeah! Get your story
But.
Best Genius was made to look like he was dead.
Oh, he can
and
talk
that's
again.
how I infiltrated their ranks. But the rest of the awful things Dabi mentioned are correct for the most part. My father's identity, how I killed a desperate villain who was running away. That's all true. I apologize
Shattering
for
that
hiding
image
the
of a
truth
hero.
about my origin. I know now that it was a mistake. Regarding Jean Bubai-Guara, the League member known as Twice, I thought I had no other choice but to keep him out of the fight. If he had activated his quirk, the damage would have been unimaginably worse than it already was. I did want to bring him in for his crimes, but in the end, his concern for his fellow League members forced the issue. I had to act. I feel awful for how things went down. I just hope you'll believe me.
I've got a question.
So I do feel like it's actually really nice to see this side of a hero because at the end of the day, they are human. They're humans in such difficult situations that are tasked with almost impossible jobs. You know, they've got to save these people who kind of hate them now, and they've got to stay alive while trying to fight these incredibly strong adversaries. And, you know, it is really a tall task. And while I don't condone abuse, I don't condone violence, I don't condone killing people, but I do think that it is a very realistic approach to a hero. And I really do appreciate that with this story, because I feel like a lot of hero stories that we see more of the good, and the bad isn't really focused on, or it's glossed over, or it's glamorized. And I think this is really nice that, you know, people are holding them accountable for their misdoings and pointing them out. And I really do appreciate that with this story. It just feels so real and raw, and I'm really enjoying it.
In the chaos caused by Gigantomachia, my own mother was seriously injured. Do you really think apologizing and saying you feel bad fixes anything? Do you have any idea how many people lost their homes, their livelihoods this week? I don't think you understand how much you screwed up. It was the villains who did this, sure, but the only reason they were able to wreak havoc on such a scale is because of your mistakes.
Well,
if we stood up here crying and carrying on, would that make your mother better?
Huh? No, of course it wouldn't. But you could do something besides talk. Take care of the villains on the street. Be
do what?
A hero.
You make a good point. As number one, that's how I will atone for my sins.
But right now, there are fewer heroes in the field. We are no longer equipped to protect so many citizens. With that in mind, we have patterned a temporary solution.
Okay.
After consulting with government officials, we'd like to announce that starting today, UA High and other schools with hero courses will be designated as emergency shelters.
Nice.
There should be plenty of space in these facilities for anyone who is scared or seeking protection.
Okay.
Families of enrolled students are already moving into these buildings.
Already.
You want us to leave our homes with no idea when we can go back?
Okay.
We're
so,
looking toward the future.
I'm like, nothing is good enough for these people. Okay, so we tried to make a solution for you guys to make you guys feel safe, so you can feel protected by at least some kind of a hero all in one spot. Oh, but I want to go home and you're not going to tell me when I can go home. Do you not see the chaos that is happening in your world right now? They don't know when things are going to be fine. They're just trying to help you guys and try to ease the public chaos. And I'm getting mad for no reason. Sorry, guys.
Anger at me, but let us help you.
Yeah, for real.
Plenty of pros are still risking their lives for you.
Thank you.
Again, I'll say watch me.
Our champions are at a crossroads. If a hero is someone people know they can call on when they need help.
I did not realize that Midnight actually died. I think in the last episode or a couple episodes ago. I thought she was just hurt and she would wake up. One of you guys just confirmed, I just saw that today, that she actually did die. 100% dead. Yeah.
Then the heroes disappeared that day. Our champions are at a crossroads. If a hero is someone people know they can call on when they need help, then the heroes disappeared that day. Even so,
I like this hair.
There are those still willing to fight.
Yeah.
Haven't had enough pain yet.
When Endeavor was asked about One for All, he said he knew nothing about it. That way, no one could be mad at Deku or All Might.
Guys, this is super bad! Look! I had a letter from Midoriya on my door!
Yeah, we know. Us too.
What is this? All for One? The villains are after him?
Doesn't make any sense.
Poor Midoriya.
Uraraka, thank you so much. It's time for you and the rest of our class to know everything. So I'm writing letters to try and explain.
Okay.
My quirk is a power passed on to me from All Might. It's a gift that Shigaraki and All for One want to steal, so they're coming after me. The last thing I want to do is put others in danger, and it's dangerous to be near me.
Wow.
So I'm leaving UA.
I did not see that coming.
Being in the hero course and meeting everyone in Class A has made me happier than I could have ever imagined.
Oh, it says
Thank you.
goodbye.
And goodbye.
He better not die, because this can't be a goodbye. It has to be a see you later. This can't be, not a Dear John, no. No.
If heroes are those who don't hesitate to take the hardest path, then who will be willing to follow them when they're suffering? In April, Deku left our Hero Academy.
Yeah. Dang, look at him. He
looks like a huge villain.
Oh, he's got the mask. The final act begins. Why did reading that make me want to tear up more? No. Oh my goodness, y'all. I've got nothing to say. That just made me feel horrible. I'm trying so hard not to cry. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, y'all. I honestly don't even know what to say. That was that. Why do I have a feeling Deku is gonna die in this battle? Like, he's gonna get rid of All for One, but then he's also gonna get rid of One for All by getting rid of himself. I don't know, y'all. I'm not... I'm not ready. You know, it's so funny because the last episode, I was like, wow, I feel so... Was it the last episode? I don't know, but I think it was the last episode. I was like, I feel hopeful. I feel happy. You know, I'm smiling while watching this show. And right now, I'm back to where I started the episode, where I started the season, where I'm just like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch. I can't watch. Nothing's happened yet. And I already, like, I'm holding the tears back. I'm just holding them back because I'm like, I'm not ready to cry over this show. We're not crying today. It's not gonna happen. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm oh, y'all, I'm not prepared. I'm so not prepared. Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't have anything to say. I feel like I'm in shock right now. I can't. This show is trying to destroy me, and I'm not here for it. Okay, we just gotta keep watching, y'all. I'm about to go watch the next episode, but to make sure we can watch it together, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when it comes out. I need you to stick here with me. You know, I love all of your encouraging comments, especially when I started this season where you guys are like, okay, you've got this, you're making it through, proud of you. I need that again now. You know, I was getting too hopeful. I was like, yeah, things are going great. Everybody's alive. And yeah, we'll see what happens with this final act, y'all, because I'm not feeling good about it. Not feeling good at all. So we'll see. We will see. I'm trying to keep a smile on my face to keep from crying. Okay, y'all. Well, if you did watch with me here till this point, comment the blank face emoji, because y'all, I've got nothing. I'm not ready. I'm not excited. I'm just not. I'm nothing. But comment that just so I know you stuck with me here till the end. I really do appreciate it. You're the best. We'll see what's to come, y'all. Thanks for being part of the Endgame squad, and we can just keep watching, y'all, because I do upload a new video of a new show every single day. So party doesn't have to end here. The party can start somewhere else, because the party surely ended here. Alrighty, well, I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, bye guys.